And I have titled this message, There Is More. Say, there is more. And I wanted to preach on this because I feel like we all need to understand sometimes the things that we preach and we talk about. We need to understand exactly what we are supposed to say, because we can all be here right now, but we are all going through a different season. How many of you understand that? You understand that, right? Some of you, you're trying to gain weight. Some of you, you're trying to lose weight. Some of you, you are trying to find a job. Some of you, you have been working so much. Some of you, you are here at church today and you are thinking about what you have to do tomorrow. Some of you, you are here today and you are thinking what you did last Friday. So although we are all together, we are all going through a different season of life. And I feel like as preachers, we do a great job telling people to fight. Fight, don't give up. Don't stay in the palace, get out of the palace, do what God has called you to do. I preached about that last night, encouraging people to not stay unmovable and actually do what they are supposed to do. And I feel like it's very important for all of us to get up and fight. How many of you know that that's important? That's important, right? It's important for you to know when to move, when not to take a no for an answer. It's very important for you to know when you have a giant in front of you that you're supposed to take whatever weapon you have on you and you fight that giant and you go with all that you have and you believe God. We all understand that we are not supposed to give up. We're supposed to carry on and look forward and hope for the best and pray until we see it, declare it until it happens. And all of that is true. But I was driving this week and I was thinking exactly about this. And the Spirit of God told me, Leo, just as powerful it is to go after something, it's just as powerful to let go of some things. It's equally important in your Christian walk to understand that you need to go after and you need to fight for some things in your life. But you have got to also understand that some things you have got to let go. And I felt like, Jesus, that's so important. I never thought of that. I'm always telling myself, go after, do it, and that's what I preach. And that got stuck with me as just as powerful, to know when to let go, to know when to release, to know when not to try to get involved anymore, to know when it's not your business anymore, to understand that it's time to turn the page. It's just as powerful to know the difference between a Goliath from something you're not supposed to go against. And I started thinking about this as I was driving. Most of my critical thinking happens when I'm driving. I'm either listening to very depressing music or listening to a book. So that's the time I have a tendency to think a lot. Sometimes it makes no sense what I'm thinking, but every once in a while, I feel like the Spirit talking to me. And whenever He does, it's something that makes sense. And I started just thinking about that. Like, we need to let go. And then I started to think, why can't we just let go of things? Why can't we just turn the page? And I felt like God was using things throughout the week to kind of build up on that thing, on that topic. And God actually used my wife. She's also a preacher, if you guys don't know. We went to SeaWorld and we took our baby. And he loves, when I say he loves all the fish, I mean, he loves it. I probably love just as much. Like I was counting the minutes to see Makayo, the big whale, jumping. Like I told him I wanted to show him, but it was more me. I wanted to see it myself. If he didn't want to go, I would probably go by myself. But you know, I just blame him. I'm taking him to see the fish and see the whale. I was the first one to learn all the names for all the whales there. My wife was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You don't know Makayo? You don't know him? the youngest whale in SeaWorld. But anyway, that's a long story. But he loves all the fish. So if you have been there, you know that they have many aquariums. So first we walk in and they have all different kinds of things. They have stingrays, sharks, all kinds of fish. I have no knowledge about fish. I don't know their names. I saw this other dad and I felt so bad because he had his kid and he's like, do you know which one that is? That is the blank fish. Do you know which one that is? That is fish such. Do you know which one that is? That one is, and he would name every single fish in the water. And I turned to baby Leo and I said, do you know which one that is? That's the fish. You know which one that is? That's another fish. Let's move on. But once we got over with the first aquarium, he threw a fit and he was screaming and he was yelling. He didn't want to go see the next spot for the other fish. And I had to tell him, calm down, there's more, calm down, there's more. And until he saw the next one, then he would finally calm down. When that one was over again, he would start crying and screaming again. And we were like, there's more, no worries about that. Until he would see the next one. And then when he would see the next one, he would forget about the other aquarium. And now he would focus on this one. The moment we walk out of that place, my wife says, you know, that's exactly what God does to us. We get so focused in one thing in our lives and we don't want to let it go. And God, He needs to tell us Himself, hey, there is more. There is more for you. Stop holding on to that. Move on. Go to the next spot. I have something else to show you. I have something else to reveal to you. And I was like, whoa, you want to preach on Sunday? And that's exactly what it is. I feel like God is telling us today, hey, calm down. I have more for you. I have something different for you. I know this was awesome, but there's another spot for you. There's something else for you to see. There's a new reality for you to live. What I have for you is beyond. You cannot see it right now, and you cannot contemplate right now because you're so focused on the one thing that you have. But if you could have a vision for your life from where I am standing, I could pinpoint to you every single thing I have along the way. But until you let go of this, you're not going to be able to experience this. So I feel like God is telling you, let go of this one so you can receive what I have for you. Let go of this so you can receive something else that I have for you. Son, I have more for you. I have a future for you. Your life is not going to end today. Your family is not ending today. I got more to show you, more to reveal to you, more for you to live, more for you to conquer, more for you to achieve. So you need to learn how to let go of whatever you feel like you have, so you can take something else that God has for you. You know, T.D. Jakes, he said this, just because God wanted you to do something 5 years ago, it does not mean that He still wants you to do it today. I'm gonna repeat that because it's T.D. Jakes, so you know it's good. Just because God told you to do something 5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, it doesn't mean He still wants you to do that. I feel like if you understand exactly what that is going to set you free today. Because some of you, you're trying to hold on to something that happened a long time ago and you're still thinking that you're supposed to pursue that, and God is telling you that was good and that was great, but that was another season. That's not what I have for you right now. What I have for you is something different right now. I want you to embrace the reality that I have for you right now. I want you to embrace the things that I have for you right now. I know that it was great when you were there. I know that it was awesome when you were doing this, but what I have for you now is a different season. You need to let go so you can receive what I have for you right now. Isaiah 43, it says, remember not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Don't you see it? I'll make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And I love the question in the Bible. It's not Pastor Leo's question. is a Bible question for you. Don't you see it? It's like us. I know Nemo looks great, but there's sharks on the next one. It's cooler. They're uglier, but it's cooler. So don't you want to see what else there is in this place for you? Isaiah 43 saying, don't you see it? Stop looking at the things that passed away. It's new. Rivers in the wilderness. Promises fulfilled. Understand when to fight and when to let go. Understand when to stand firm and when to say, you know what, that's past, it's not my business. I'm moving on to the things that God has for me. I'm moving on, I'm going to live exactly what God has for me. Some of you are getting so much trouble because you're trying to fix anybody else's lives and you're trying to help every single person, and God is telling you, you need to let go of those people. You need to let go of those things. That is not your business. You need to move on and do the things that you're supposed to do. Some of you are holding on to a time in the past where you felt like it was great. Some of you, you are holding on to things that you know it's not great, like shame, like guilt, like mistakes that you have done in the past, and you hold on to them so dearly. And as much as you try to hold on to those things, God is saying, I have grace for you, but you want to hold on to condemnation. So there's no way you can live in freedom because you're so concerned about what you did. If you could look at you from up here, you would see that way before you, I gave my son to die on that cross, and he would pay the price for the mistakes that you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm not concerned about the things that you did 15, 20 years ago, because 2,000 years ago, I gave my son to pay for every single mistake and every single sin that you have. So today you got one choice to make. You either hold on to the shame, you hold on to the guilt, you hold on to the past, or you say, I let go of all of that. And I want you to embrace the grace, the goodness, and the things that God has for me, because all the promises that He has made, I'm going to live every one of them, and all the things that He said He's supposed to do, He's going to do it. I bring to my mind Isaiah 43 that says, remember not the former things, neither consider the old things. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Don't you see it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I'm going to let go. You know, you need to understand your season. I was talking to my wife, like how all the young people here, we love them. We are passionate about them, and we follow a bunch of them on Instagram, and we see that, you know, throughout the week or weekends when services are over, they go out and they're eating out and everything. It's a reason for joy and fun. Like Crystal and I, we would not go to McDonald's even if you paid us to go. We would not go there. I mean, they go with like 30 people, and they make it so much fun, and that's what it's all about. And they, you know, they're eating in the driveway and the curb, sitting on the floor in the chair. I mean, it's all awesome. And I think that's great. I was telling her, I remember when I used to live in Orlando about 10 years ago when I was their age. I just gave away how old I am right now, but when I used to be 18, 19, 20, we would go eat out every time, also after church, and we thought it was the most amazing thing to be in a parking lot talking about things and making fun about people and imitating people and talking about how the pastor preaches and this and that, and talking about the girls and the guys and who did great and who did not work out and who was good, and all of that was great and it was fun. But I would not trade what I live today, what I have today, for anything that it was great in the past. It was great when I was in that season, but I am not in that season anymore. So I need to learn how to let go of the things that passed and not look back in the former things, and just see what God is doing right now, and see the season that I am in right now, and understand what God is moving right now, and understand what God has for me right now. Not that the past is all bad. You don't have to only move on from bad things. You need to move on from good things. Good things, you make them a memory, and every time you think of it, you remember how good it was, but you understand how much better it is now. But for you to receive what's better right now, you need to let go of what was good before. Until you let go of what was good, you cannot receive what is better. And he says, don't you see it? And I felt like God was still speaking to me that that's what happens. We sometimes don't let go because we cannot see it. We cannot see it. But you know why you cannot see it? It's not even because it's not there. It's just because you don't look at it. Maybe, just maybe, the answer to your prayer is right there. But you don't see it because you're focused on something else. And you pray every single day, God, please do it. God, I want to see the rivers in the desert, the way in the wilderness. I want to see you move. And God is looking down saying, hello, it's done. It's right there. No, God, you don't understand. Look, I'm so focused on you. I'm gonna go on a 40 days fasting and I'm gonna pray and declare until it happens. And God's like, I can't do it anymore. I mean, it's right there. Some of you moved from another state. Some of you from another country. I know we have people here, you moved from Canada. We have people here that you moved from Brazil, from other places, from India, from so many places. And you may be thinking how great it was when you were in Canada and you were eating at the, what is it called again? Huh? It's like the Starbucks for Canada. Tim Hortons, yes, it's so good. And you're thinking about, man, you know, like this is all good and they have Disney here, but there's no Tim Hortons here. Or you moved from, I don't know, India, and you know, all that spicy food that my wife loves, not. We don't have that here. Or you moved from Brazil, and in Brazil, we had this, we had that, and you're so focused on those things that you cannot see. You cannot contemplate what God is doing today and what God is doing right now. So I'm here to urge you. You are not supposed to be focused on the things that happened in the past. You're supposed to be here and to be here right now. And you're not supposed to be focused on the pandemic, on COVID-19, what's happening, how many has it, how many people got over it, how many people are struggling with it, how many people have lost their jobs. You're supposed to focus on the one thing that is still true. Doesn't matter if we face the pandemic, it doesn't matter what we're facing, the Word of God is still truth. And if you focus here, God is going to lead you through all the things that He has for you. So you need to learn how to let go of all the things that passed. So that's why the Bible is urging you and telling you and ask you, do not remember, please forget the former things and let go of all those things so you can receive what's better, so you can have the life that God has for you. I don't know how you showed up here today, but some of you have been struggling with shame for way too long, guilt for way too long, and God is saying today is the day that you're going to let go of all of that and live what I have for you. Know when to fight, but know when to let go. You know, even as a pastor, that was a hard lesson for me, because pastors, we want to help everybody. Like, no, we gotta understand, we gotta help, let's listen, But then some people just take advantage. And they start sending 15 minutes audios. And I don't know about you, but I have a hard time listening to long audios. I can. So if you need to send me a 15-minute audio, just cut into pieces. Just not 30 seconds, 1 minute, 40 seconds, 52 seconds, 10 seconds. Then I feel like I'm getting over with it, you know, quicker. Because if I see 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, Lord help us. But look, I had to understand to let go also. Because some people, they don't want to help. They just want you there. Just making them feel good when they need it. But they don't want to be helped. You tell them exactly what they're supposed to do and they do the opposite. And you feel like as a pastor, you need to be there when they make a mistake and they fall and they do all of that. And I'll be there just to tell you that I told you. Jesus himself, he didn't come to help every single person. He just helped who wanted help. He walked into a city, people were sick, he walked away and he said, I couldn't do it. No miracles, no wonders. I couldn't do it. Let me ask you, you think he was able to do it? Do you think he was capable of doing it? He said, I can. I'm letting go, I'm moving to the next town. There's people somewhere else that they want to be helped and they believe it. And they know that they can receive it. I'm going to move on. So you need to know when to let go. You need to know when to move on. You need to know when to turn the page. I feel like some of you today with this message, your life is going to change. You start changing and start moving because you're going to focus on what God is doing today and what God is doing right now. And next time that God asks you, don't you see it? You're going to say, yes, sir, I see it. I see what you're doing right now. The band can come up. So some of you guys single that you feel like your life is awesome right now, I know it's awesome. Enjoy it. But it's gonna be better. It's gonna be way better. Well, for some of you, because some of you are gonna marry the wrong person, but for most of you, I'm just kidding. Not entirely, but it's going to get better. We need to know how to let go. Was your past good? Great. Hold on to it as a memory. God has something better right now. It's going to continue to get better. You guys can come up, guys. I want you to stand to your feet. The band can come up here. God, I pray that we're going to let go of all the things that we know are not good, such as guilt and shame, the weight that hold us down. I pray that we're going to understand the season to get up and fight as much as we're going to understand when to let go. I pray that we're going to let go of things and people and circumstances that we have no business with. We're going to focus on the things that you want us focus. We're going to see, God, the new things that you were doing. I pray that our eyes are going to be open to contemplate, to realize that you are moving in our midst, that you are working in this place. I pray they're going to give us a grateful heart to see and understand that you have not forgotten about us, that you are working for us, that you are walking with us. God, I declare that we're not going to walk away from the things that we are supposed to receive because we are holding on so tight to things that we are supposed to let go. So all across this room, I want you to, can you raise your hands, both of your hands, like you're holding on to something? I want you to think, but like, close your hands like you're holding on to something. Yes, yes, yes. I want you to think of all the shame that you have, all the guilt that you have, all the mistakes. Hey, every single person in this room, you have made some mistakes, okay? Including myself, all of us. Everyone fell short of the glory of God. That's just a fancy way that Paul described that we all messed up. So every single person in this room, we have all messed up. And because of that, we do carry shame and we do carry guilt. We're going to let go of all of that. So I want you to hold on really tight. Think about that one thing that bothers you every time you think about how stupid you were to do that, to say that, to go there, to do whatever it was. Think about how that makes you feel so terrible, so undeserving. How that made you anxious, how that made you so concerned, how that made you so preoccupied. And right now, I want you to ask God to come with grace and mercy. And with His unconditional love, just prompt you to let go of all of that. So on the count of 3, as you think about that one thing that bothers you, of how dumb you were, on the count of 3, I want you to let go and I want you to declare that you are free. So God, we're going to count to 3 and we're going to declare that we are letting go of all the guilt and shame, all the weight that hold us down. We declare that we're going to let go of all the things, God, that we're not supposed to be holding on tight. We're going to declare, God, that we let all go so we can receive, so we can move on to the next stop. So every single person with arms stretched high, I want you to think about that as you let go of that. We declare in 1, 2, 3. Let go of that and start to say thank you that God has set you free. Start to say thank you that He's a miracle worker, that He's making miracles right now, and let go of all of that. Let go, let go, let go of all of that.
Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Sing it out, Waymaker.
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, and that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, and that is who you are, 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 and that is who you are.
Everybody, eyes closed. Can we all repeat after me? Jesus, I give my life to you. I confess you as my God and my Savior. Please forgive me of all of my sins as I walk into your presence. Welcome me as your child. I give my life to you and I take the life that you have given me. In your name we pray, and everybody says amen. Some of you made this prayer for the first time. Some of you maybe online, you have made this prayer before, but you were just living the life that you wanted, the way that you wanted, however, whichever way that you desired. But you realize that you're supposed to come back to Jesus, that you're supposed to let go of that life so you can receive a much better life that God has for you. Even in this room, some of you, you know that you are not, or you have not, better said, you have not been living the life that God has for you, and you want to say, Pastor, I want to come back into God's presence and I want to live that life that He has for me. If you made it for the first time, this is a prayer of you committing your life one more time, I just want you to raise your hands just so I can see you. If you are online as well, thank you. Raise your hands if you want to surrender your life to Jesus. If you are online, just type I accept Jesus. Just say I accept Jesus. We're going to reach out to you, pray with you, declare all God's blessings upon your life. This is the best thing you can let go today, is your old life. How many of you are going to let go of some old habits, some old things? Yes, old life, so you can live the new that God has for you. Amen. Are you glad to be in the house of God today? Can you put your hands together and give God a shout of praise? We're so glad that you showed up today. I pray for you. I declare that you are blessed, that this week, as you live and as it happens, those miracles, do not forget to text me, to call me, to send me a 15 minutes audio. You can give me a background to that miracle. I'll listen to it if it's a miracle. So let me know what God has done in your life. I love you guys. You guys are dismissed. We'll see you guys next weekend.